now we will be discussing about EMF or EMF equation, or the voltage that is generated in a DC generator. Okay, in a DC generator, how much voltage will be generated, on what factors this voltage will be dependent, which will impact the voltage. Okay, let us consider phi. Okay, phi is the representation for flux or poles, flux per pole in Webers. Okay, Weber is the unit of flux. So each pole will produce some flux. For example, the poles are positioned in this form. Okay, in this form there is one more pole, in this form there is one more pole, so totally 4 poles. Okay, so if it is 12 Weber totally per pole, it is 4 Weber or 3 Weber. Okay, 3 Weber per pole, right? 4 poles, so each pole will produce 3, 3, 3 and 3. Cumulatively we will get 12 Weber in cumulation, right? So look at the second point, which is the total number, where Z is the total number of armature conductors. Total number of armature conductors. For example, armature will always have some slots. In this slots only you have to keep this coils. Okay, like this, on a circular fashion there will be some slots. Each slot will contain one winding. Okay, just like the way we have seen these windings, these are kept in slots. Each winding is kept in one slots. So in case of this armature, if the number of slots, okay, if the number of slots are 10, there are 10 conductors, so the total number of armature conductors will become 10 into 10. One slot is having 10 conductors, total number of slots are 10, so the cumulative conductors are 10 into 10. That is what mentioned here. So total number of armature conductors depends upon number of slots into number of conductors per slot, right? So that is Z. Okay, sometimes in numericals number of slots will be given, number of conductors will be given, you have to calculate Z by simple multiplication, right? So the next one is number of generator poles. I said no, in the previous example also I have said number of generator poles, right? Number of generator poles are nothing but how much? So here in this case these are 4 poles, so it's a 4 pole generator, right? A stands for number of parallel paths. In case of lap, A is equal to P. If it is a 4 pole, A will become 4. If it is a 10 pole, A will become 10. In case of wave winding, A will always retain to 2. It won't change, right? So the type of winding will be given in the numerical before giving the some other parameters, right? The next one is N. Okay, N stands for number of revolutions. Okay, you have this armature is connected with your mechanical rotation, right? This mechanical rotation which is kept under some poles. You have poles on all sides. The pole number will vary. Whenever you rotate this with an RPM called as N, with the same RPM this armature also will rotate. We are talking about that RPM. Armature rotation, okay, in revolutions per minute, right? Revolutions per minute. Next one is the E, or in certain textbooks or certain material it will be given as V. Both are the same. So E is nothing but EMF induced in any parallel path of the armature. In any parallel path of the armature. Okay. So in case of wave winding, this A value will be, in case of wave winding A value will be 2. In case of lap winding A value will be number of poles. So per armature parallel path induced in any one armature parallel path, when you multiply it with poles, this EMF will be obtained. When you multiply it with 2 in case of wave winding, this EMF will be obtained. But there are some more other parameters which will be which we have to consider. Okay, So the generated EMF, the total EMF that is generated in any one of the parallel path, okay, that is E, right, that is E. So the average EMF generated per conductor, per one conductor, or average EMF that is generated per conductor, one conductor, is d phi by dt. Okay, this is a time varying magnetic flux. With respect to time it will vary. So now the flux that is cut by the conductor in one revolution is d phi, which is equal to phi p. Okay, phi p Webers, phi p Webers, where p is number of generator poles, right. Next one, number of revolutions per second. For example, number of revolutions per second is n, we already know. Time for one revolution is 60 by n, 60 seconds by n, okay, 60 seconds by n, that is dt. So now the EMF generated according to Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, the EMF that is generated per conductor is equal to d phi by dt, that is d phi we already know, which is phi p, and what is dt? Dt is equal to 60 by n, okay, 60 by n, that will become phi p n by 60, phi p n by 60. Number of conductors in series in one parallel path, number of conductors in series, okay, in one parallel path is Z by A. Z is known as number of armature conductors, that is number of slots into number of conductors per slot, okay, this will become Z by A. Okay, now the EMF that is generated per path is phi p n by 60 into Z by A, okay, phi p n by 60 into Z by A, that is the total EMF generated is phi Zn, okay, by 60 into P by A, phi Zn by 60 into P by A, where A is equal to 2 in case of wave and lap it is equal to P, right. For in case of lap winding, this equation will become phi Zn by 60 into, in case of first we will start with the wave winding, P by 2, right. In case of lap winding it will become phi Zn by 60 into, okay, into what is this, P by P, because A is equal to P, okay, that will become phi Zn by 60. There will not be any secondary term, okay, which is equal to 1, P by P, right. So phi Zn by 60 in case of lap, phi Zn by 60 into P by 2 in case of wave winding. So this is the cumulative equation for the EMF that is generated.